Good morning, Dr. Johnson. Um, I thought it would be more pleasant for myself and for you to respond to your video with a video. I appreciate your work, um, and I like to have the idea of being able to talk to you. It's one wonderful thing about technology. I think about the brotherhood of man when listening to you talk about universal brotherhood of man, when you're listening to you talk about uh, struggles human beings have with um, violence and seeing being a Texan or being any kind of partisan. And I wanted to say some things that I'd been reflecting about on that subject, and I know you've written a lot about it with your book about the right in the United States. Um, I wanted to say that, I feel like the violence is something I'm struggling with myself, um, and even if I believe that those people that I'm disagreeing with, and especially people very close with me, not family, but well, yes, family, but married, so not. Okay, I'll let you see me try to struggle. I'll try not to waste your time, but when we have struggles, we put up walls uh, so that we see the other as ultimately other, not a brother. And I think this is, in a sense, to use a metaphor I've been thinking of, this is turning off the weary road into a house of ill repute. So it's a shelter, but it's not a true shelter. And I believe this is what all prejudiced souls suffering from the vice of prejudice and the vice of being a partisan. This is what we do. We say, I can't bear the load, and I'm going to just take shelter prematurely. So I feel that finding your way to having a satisfied mind is the ultimate way to see all human beings as your brother. Not, oh, I shouldn't use this word. I didn't think that through, but the ultimate, like if you've gotten the answers you need inside yourself, you're able, that peace, then you're able to welcome all human beings as your brothers. And the words universal brotherhood of man have more meaning if you're able to deal with the enormous trial of the accumulated faults of all humankind. If in yourself you have infinite peace. I think the prejudice person struggling with of this prejudice or with violence does not believe that this kind of satisfaction can take place. The fault I've seen in my own heroes is the belief that excessive mystery, that yes, there obviously life is mystery, but kind of the frustration where it's a train wreck inside themselves is that there's mystery where it shouldn't be. It's just being gullible, belief that there are no satisfying answers, and so that the only shelter we can have in this world is an unsatisfying shelter. A shelter of a cult-like shelter of, I'm in a house of freaks, but this is the only shelter there is in the world, and we have to cherish and value and be thankful for the aspects of this community that we can, and just don't look for answers because there aren't any. My hero's profound example and deep connection with reality had a big impact on me, but the bad side of this was they did have a connection with reality because everything was by example. But as soon as words were involved or ideas came out, this was looked upon with scorn from my from what I saw in my experience, that it's only fools that make assertions and use words. It's the wise that just live by example. But it's not true. I mean, Jesus Christ spoke. He taught. He stood up and his mouth was opened and words came out. So fools often do talk, but it's not only fools who talk. It's something I wrote down here before. I wanted to not waste your time, so I did write down some before, so I didn't just stutter and stutter. So yeah, I'm trying to overcome violence in my life with disagreements and not seeing loved ones, especially people that are extremely close to me, as ultimately other, but to see them as a brother and a sister, wife, someone who I want to carry the load with, to keep the tension my whole life, to never lay down the tension, to never take up separation as a solution to the problems. This is something that I'd commented in your video a year or so ago, that there's no soothing over with separation. We face our disagreements, and we keep the tension, and we commit to keeping the tension for so long as we live. And this is how we look at one another in the eye and say, I love you. I love you because I see your baggage, and I'm not pointing your baggage out to anyone else. No one is going to know about that from me. And just that kind of thing we might not talk about, but the ideas, and we try not to make it obvious that we're trying to help the people outside. I get out of a bog, because it's not easy. I mean, it looks like violence, and sometimes our methods border on violence when we're trying to help someone because their baggage is painful to us, I appreciate the opportunity to be heard. Have a wonderful day on the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God. Bye.